What's up, everybody? This is Forgo, and I hope you've all had a great holiday. And today I'm going to give you guys the updated tier list with all the new characters that have arrived in the game and where they place. I've actually moved a couple characters around for some reasons I will explain. But before I get into that, I want to talk real quickly about the, whoops, I clicked on the wrong one. Real quickly about the time attack. So challenge dungeon, there we go. So in time attack, now we have this new time attack veteran. And there is a bug going on right now in this thing. You guys see I'm only ranked 355. I didn't get all the rewards. But our cards and our imprint stones, all these things are not being applied. Plus, we can't use our 3 PG cards or our 5 PG cards. It doesn't say anything in here about that. But I know there's a bug going on as far as the imprint stones and cards. So whenever that comes back, then maybe I'll do a video about this. Maybe talk about it a little bit more. But right now, this is all the better I could do. I just want to fill you all in on that tidbit of information to let you know that it is a bug. The imprint stones, the cards should be being applied. Now let's take a look at the tier list. So this is the PvE tier list. It's not a PvP tier list. I've went over this a couple times in other videos. I'm not going to go over all these characters, but you can see that the Aqua here is the triple S tier. Those are the best. That means they're... And the thing I want to, and the thing to always know about my PvE tier list is the characters that are the most relevant, the characters that are going to use the most often, and the characters that are just the strongest in those specific game modes. I always put RHD at the top because that's where you actually farm experience bottles. But now Guild Raid is massive for this game. That's another one to think about. And then SS is, you got your blue, which, means high tier, but not top tier, S tier, and then so on and so on, A, B, C, D, and so on and so on. So one thing I've done is I've actually moved Keo up. Keo was in the S rank. I've actually moved above. Ever since the buff, he's just way better. He's actually more useful in Guild Raid. You can actually use Rachel, Keo, and K-Dash for Guild Raid and do really well for hard mode, which is great. Karate, I've actually moved up to SS tier because he's proven to be much more relevant in the dungeons, which I'm really happy to see. He's not triple S because he's a red attack. That's really kind of what hurts him and what holds him back. You don't need a red attack past tier 40 in Reviving Hell's Dungeon, and that's kind of why he's sitting where he is. Kind of the same with the Rock too, to be perfectly honest. So we'll scroll down here. Geese, I've actually moved down. Geese I put in the S tier because honestly, Geese, he's a red attack, plus his super armor cooldown's on 15-second cooldown. It just, he's kind of he's super strong, and he has a lot of damage, and I love Geese. He's one of my favorites, but I had to drop him down because the truth is, I find that I don't really use him that much. I don't really use him really much for anything. Yeah, some certain dungeons, but to be perfectly honest, I think there's other characters that are just better than him for those dungeons. To be perfectly frank, he does have a decent leadership, but I just think he's S tier, to be perfectly honest. If I was going by damage, he'd be SSS tier, triple S tier, but that isn't what we're going by in this list. And then I've also put Jeanette here in SS tier. Jeanette is crazy for the Immortal Typhon because she has this great leadership. She's also green balance type, which means that you can use her in Reviving Hell's Dungeon past tier 40. She is massive. She has the great leadership for green fighters. The only reason she's above Shane is because she has that leadership and she's a red balance. Shane's a green attack, so Shane can't be used in Reviving Hell's Dungeon past tier 40. But, I mean, think about this. In the dungeon, you can use Jeanette, Shane, and Ginnitz. 30% PG gain already, 30% PG gain already, and 20% PG rate leadership. 50% PG rate without imprint stones on Ginnitz and Shane in the dungeon, and you'll get the freeze from Jeanette. Also, you could use an Immortal Victor as well and have the type advantage. So she has really proven to be extremely powerful. Plus, she's a great striker in the Spider Robot as well. So I had to put her up there because she's an extremely valuable character and very efficient in the game. I also moved Shermy to the B tier. Guys, unfortunately, I love Shermy. She's major waifu, but she doesn't prove to be very useful in the game. Yeah, she can do Shizuru, but there's lots of other characters that can do Shizuru and actually do it better. Lady Yashiro will smoke her. Lady Yashiro will destroy it. Yeah, she won't stun lock her. She won't stun lock Shizuru, but her damage just destroys that game mode. Really, there's just better characters, to be perfectly frank, guys. I never use Shermy. I haven't even leveled her up, unfortunately. Lady Geese, she's good, but she's really mainly just a striker for the most part. She's a green attack. I've moved her actually down below Nakaru because Nakaru is a green balance, and you can actually use her in Reviving Hell's Dungeon. Terry remains to be seen. I might be moving him up. I'm going to have to do some testing with him. I might end up moving him up ever since his buff. Iori, I moved him up as well. He was in S tier, now he's in double S tier. Iori is proving to be a godsend. On expert mode, he is ridiculous. His leadership for the 6% increase of all attack, his damage. Listen guys, I get 300 million on expert mode. There's people getting 500 to 700 million with Iori in the leadership. And not only that, he's great for Spider Robot. He's even great for some dungeons on top of that. Because of his damage, because of his leadership, he really just proves to be freaking amazing. Plus, you need a yellow attack in Reviving Hell's Dungeon past tier 40. So I had to bump him up. I use him all the time. And that's really what this tier list is based on. Characters that you're going to use religiously. And he's definitely one of them. Eileen, I bumped her up to triple S tier. And I put her above Nameless because she is ridiculous. I've already seen her with Iori in the leadership and with Dylan score 723 million in guild raid. You heard me right, 723 million. And she's amazing in the Spider Robot. And she's going to be amazing for the dungeons as well. She has a 3 PG. She does insane damage. She is ridiculous. She got a great leadership. You do need purple attack in Reviving Hell's Dungeon past tier 40. Eileen is godly. Seriously, guys. I had to put her up there. And honestly, I think she's really better than Nameless because she just proves to be more relevant in more game modes. She's insane. Then we have Hodoru. Hodoru I have in S tier. I might end up moving her, but probably not. You do need a purple defense for Reviving Hell's Dungeon. But you can see I put her below Ignis and Maxima, and that's because I just think they're just better characters for more game modes. Hodoru is really just good for the Immortal Typhon. That's going to be her thing. She's got the freeze. She's a defensive character, so she's going to get buffed up big time. And that's really why she's an S tier, plus she's good for Reviving Hell's Dungeon. Let me see if I changed anything else here. And that's pretty much all the changes that I've done to these characters. Let me know how you're all feeling about it. I'll put a link to this in the description below so you all can check it out and give me your thoughts on what you think. Remember, this list is based on the relevance of a character, how often you're going to use them, and what game modes. I might even put Kula up to S tier. I think she might actually belong there, to be perfectly honest, because she really is insane for the Mortal Typhon. However, we don't need purple balance in Reviving Hell's Dungeon. That's kind of why I put her there. The reason that Chris is above her is because he just has a great leadership for all purple fighters, plus with the PG rate leadership. It's very, very good. And yeah, that's the only reason I put him above her. And he has Blacken. He's not the best striker for guild raid because he does explosion and he can remove the darkness. But there are a lot of people that still use him as a striker, and he does prove to be pretty relevant as long as he doesn't remove the Blacken. So we'll jump back into the game. So that's the tier list. Again, I'll put the link in the description below so you all can check it out. We'll go ahead and do a couple free little summons here just for curiosity, see if we get anything. Hopefully I can get old Jeanette. You see where I ranked her. Yeah. And the game froze. Awesome. Be back in a moment. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what I just got, so we'll just go ahead and do a free summons in the cars. Maybe we'll get lucky and get something here. Freaking emulator. We'll just skip it. Alright, nothing. So again, I've already went over all the other characters and why they are where they are. I just wanted to update you guys on the tier list and tell you about the characters that I've moved around and give you the reasons why I moved them around to where they are. This girl really is just massively, massively insane. I had to put her in triple S tier. She has just proven to be so damn strong. And I do plan to do some videos with this girl in the future. So again, I hope you all had a great holiday. Let me know how you're all feeling about the tier list. Again, I'll put the link in the description below. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.